While Trump's impeachment trial proceedings have stoked a media firestorm on Capitol Hill, the minute the epicenter of the Ukraine controversy is finally bowing to court orders for him to pay child support to his baby mama, London Roberts. Here to break down the latest about Hunter Biden is legal journalist Molly Barrows. Wow, the more you read this, you just say this guy's a punk.
I think that's really the moral of this story.
He's a punk.
Okay. I hate to make a flash judgment here, but it seems like he sure drug his feet on this.
Take it down the road. Where did it start?
Well, I think it all started in Washington, D.C. when this cute little thing was taking classes at George Washington University, and apparently she and Hunter Biden started a relationship. She later became pregnant. He paid child support for a couple of months. The baby was born, I believe, in August of 2018. And then he quit paying, and she was like, "Wait, now you owe me money. Raising kids expensive."
It really started with him saying, "No, I'm not the daddy."
And that's it. So then they filed. He took a test. He agreed to take a test. He was proven the daddy. It was scientifically impossible for him not to be the daddy, or something along those lines, in January of last year. But he still wasn't paying child support. He was like, "I'm not employed." And she was like, "I don't care.
I don't have any money." He said, basically, "I'm unemployed. I don't have any money." And then she said, "Really?"
Right. Well, let me file a paternity suit.
Exactly. I'll file the paternity suit. I'll ask for the documents dealing with Ukraine.
That's right.
To see how much money you were getting
all
under the table.
All your financial documents.
All of a sudden, the punk understands that he's in trouble.
Yes, he certainly did.
He's got a judge. Tell us about the judges all over him, right?
Right, yeah. So this was back in December. He'd been dragging his feet. He hadn't been agreeing to pay any child support. He'd been making her take him to court, basically. And so she did. And the judge said, "Let's take a look. Since we know now that you're the dad, let's take a look at your your financials going back 5 years." They provided their information. He did not provide a full disclosure, if you will. And so her attorney said, "Hey, man, we need to see all your documents. The judge said so. Judge, he hasn't filed. We want you to hold him in contempt of court." And this was under a guy named Judge McSpadden, and he has since recused himself from this case, and they have a new judge in the case, Circuit Judge Holly Meyer. But both of them did say, "You need to come up with this information."
Okay.
And she gave him until Wednesday of this week to come up with it. Otherwise, he was going to have a mandatory court appearance in Arkansas.
Right.
And so, lo and behold, today they were able to come up with an agreement.
Okay, so here's
that keeps him from appearing.
Here's what happens, just so you know. He didn't do the agreement because he's been a great guy. He did the agreement because the judge says, if you don't show up, A, I'm going to hold you in contempt, and oh yes, if we ever get jurisdiction over you, we will put you in jail.
That's right.
B, if you don't show up, we're going to default. It's going to be a default hearing, and we're going to give the claimant everything she's asking for, and you really have no defenses after the default.
Unemployed, right.
So all of a sudden, the punk, look, how do we treat this guy any different than I would have back in the day? I was a very young lawyer, maybe been out of law school for a year, and I had to handle a few of these custody cases. Mm-hmm. And there's always a punk on the other side of the table.
I don't have to pay
I don't have to do it.
I don't have to take responsibility.
Yeah, it's not my baby. It's her fault. It's always the attack. Mm-hmm.
This is political.
Right.
This is political.
And it's the attack on the claimant. You understand his attack.
Oh, well, that's what they're saying, that she's just dragging this out because of what's going on with the Ukraine and impeachment probe.
Really, no, she's not dragging anything. She just wanted to say, look, do the right thing, punk.
Having a baby
is your baby. Pay the money just like anybody else would. And, God bless her. God bless the judge who said, I don't care whether you're Biden. I don't care if you're the King of England. You be in my courtroom. And if you show up in my courtroom, I have the ability to throw you in jail.
Or fine you.
Or if you don't show up, I have the ability to default this thing, and we're going to give her everything she's entitled to.
And it makes you wonder how far he would have allowed that progress if it weren't for the fact that these impeachment hearings are going on.
Exactly.
Because I'm sure that, that their names have been thrown about all about, and they don't want him appearing in court at the same time these impeachment hearings are going on.
Yeah, Daddy's got to be so proud, huh?
Yeah. He's got grandchildren all over the place.
Thank you for joining me, okay?
Sure, thanks, Pat.